Ever wondered if your current investment strategy is your best bet against the unpredictable market? In the vast universe of investments, there are as many strategies as there are stars in the sky. Some investors might choose to play it safe, sticking with blue-chip stocks and government bonds. Others might prefer a more adventurous path, venturing into the world of tech startups or cryptocurrencies. But is there a strategy that can navigate the rough seas of market volatility while still aiming for a healthy return? Enter the concept of diversification. Picture a farmer planting his crops. If he only plants one type of crop and a pest arrives that's drawn to that crop, his entire harvest could be wiped out. But if he plants a variety of crops, the pest may destroy one type, but the others will likely survive. This is the essence of diversification, spreading your investments across different asset classes, industries, and geographic regions to mitigate risk. The goal of this strategy is not to hit a home run with every investment, but rather to reduce the overall risk of your portfolio by avoiding an over-reliance on any single investment. Think of it as not putting all your eggs in one basket. If one investment doesn't perform well, others may do better, offsetting the loss. But diversification isn't just about reducing risk, it's also about potential returns. By diversifying, you're not merely protecting yourself from downside risk, you're also positioning yourself to capture returns wherever they might emerge. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great in theory, but how does it work in the real world? In the upcoming scenes, we'll delve into the specifics of diversification, from the types of risks it can help mitigate, to the benefits it can provide, and how you can apply this strategy to your own portfolio. So, tighten your seatbelts as we embark on this financial journey. After all, as the saying goes, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And with the right strategy, you can navigate the investment universe with confidence and poise. Turns out diversification might just be the secret sauce to a successful investment strategy. So what is this diversification we're talking about? It's quite simple and yet profoundly effective. Diversification is the art and science of spreading your investments across a variety of asset classes, industries, and geographic regions. It's a strategy that's akin to a culinary adventure, sampling a bit of everything rather than gorging on just one dish. Imagine your investment portfolio as a giant buffet. If you only pile your plate with mashed potatoes, you're missing out on the grilled salmon, the spinach salad, the wild rice, and the apple pie. But if you take a little of everything, your taste buds will thank you for the variety, and you're less likely to ruin your meal if it turns out that the mashed potatoes are a little too salty today. In the same vein, with diversification, you're not just investing in one company, one industry, or one country. You're spreading your investments across the board. You might have a bit of tech here, a slice of healthcare there, a smidgen of emerging markets, and a dash of real estate. In other words, you're not putting all your financial eggs in one basket. What's the goal here? It's all about reducing risk. By diversifying, you're not overly reliant on any single investment. If one sector or asset class takes a hit, the others in your portfolio can help absorb the blow. You're essentially creating a financial safety net for yourself. Sure, the tech company's stocks you invested in might be having a bad day, week, or even year, but the healthcare stocks you also invested in might be having a stellar performance. The losses from the former could be offset by the gains from the latter, stabilizing your overall returns. In essence, diversification is like a well-tuned orchestra. Each instrument plays its part, and when they all come together, they create a harmonious symphony. If one instrument is off-key, it doesn't ruin the entire performance. Diversification, then, is like not putting all your eggs in one basket. It's about making sure that even when one egg cracks, you've still got plenty more in your basket. But why does diversification matter so much for investors? Well, let's meet our two mischief makers of the investment world: systematic and unsystematic risk. Systematic risk is the big bad wolf that huffs and puffs at all investments. It's driven by market-wide factors like economic recessions or political instability. There's no escaping this wolf no matter where you hide your investment eggs. On the other hand, unsystematic risk is a sly fox, lurking around individual assets or industries. It's the risk that a specific company could go under or an entire industry could take a hit due to unforeseen circumstances. Now here's where diversification swoops in like a superhero. By spreading your investments across different assets, industries, and regions, you're essentially building multiple fox-proof fences. So even if the sly fox gets into one, the rest of your investment eggs are safe. But diversification isn't just about fox-proofing your investments. It's also about harnessing the power of balance. Imagine a seesaw. On one end, you have your high-performing investments, and on the other, the not-so-lucky ones. Without diversification, the seesaw could tip drastically, sending your portfolio into a dizzying ride. But with diversification, you can keep the seesaw balanced, leading to more consistent returns over time. Moreover, diversification aligns perfectly with your long-term financial goals. It's like a compass guiding you through the unpredictable jungle of the market. Looking to buy a house in 10 years or planning for retirement, diversification can help you carve a safer and smoother path towards these milestones. So, is diversification the magic wand that will make all your investment woes disappear? Not quite. It's more like an umbrella, shielding you from the worst of the market storms. It won't stop the rain, but it'll definitely keep you dry. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid all risks, because without risk, there's no reward. Instead, it's about managing those risks wisely. And that's where the power of diversification truly shines. Diversification is your shield against the storms of the market. Now, how can you diversify your portfolio? Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of diversification by breaking it down into 4 key areas: asset classes, industries, geographic regions, and index funds. Firstly, diversifying across asset classes means spreading your investments across stocks, bonds, real estate, and other financial instruments. Think of it as not putting all your eggs in one basket. If one asset class takes a hit, the others might just help cushion the blow. Next, we move on to industries. The world of investing is filled with a vast array of sectors. From tech to healthcare, from finance to consumer goods, each industry has its unique prospects and challenges. By diversifying your holdings across different sectors, you're essentially spreading your bets, making sure that a downturn in one sector doesn't spell disaster for your entire portfolio. Then we have geographic regions. Let's face it, the world is a big place. And with global markets more interconnected than ever, it makes sense to consider spreading your investments across different regions. This way, you're not solely dependent on the performance of your home country's economy. Lastly, let's talk about index funds. These are essentially ready-made diversification packages. They're designed to mirror the performance of a specific market index, thereby spreading your investment across a broad range of companies. They can be a great tool for beginner investors, or those who prefer a hands-off approach. But remember, diversification isn't just about spreading your investments wide and thin. It's about finding the right balance that aligns with your financial goals and risk tolerance. It's about being smart, being strategic, and being patient. Diversification isn't just a strategy, it's a journey. It's a journey of learning, experimenting, and refining. It's about understanding that investing isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. So strap on your running shoes because we've got a long, exciting road ahead. But beware, diversification is a balancing act. Like a tightrope walker, you're trying to maintain equilibrium amidst the winds of market volatility. Finding that perfect mix of investments is no small feat. It's a complex task, akin to solving a Rubik's Cube in zero gravity. There are considerations to take into account. First, diversification might involve transaction fees. Because you're spreading your money across different asset classes, industries, and regions, the cost of buying and selling can add up. It's important to factor in these expenses when assessing potential returns. Second, diversification often means accepting lower potential gains. By spreading risk, you're also spreading potential reward. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket hoping for that one golden egg. Instead, you're looking for a flock of steady, reliable egg layers. Remember, this isn't a high-wire act. You're not aiming for the thrill of a high-risk, high-reward strategy. Diversification is not about perfection, it's about managing risk. Let's look at diversification in action. Picture a couple of investment scenarios. In the late 90s, you had all your eggs in the dot-com basket. When the bubble burst, your portfolio took a massive hit. Now, imagine if you had spread your investments across tech, healthcare, and manufacturing industries. Your losses would have been cushioned, and you might have even seen some gains. Fast forward to the financial crisis of 2008. If you were heavily invested in real estate, you would have felt the pinch. But, had you diversified across different asset classes like stocks and bonds, your portfolio would have weathered the storm much better. In both scenarios, diversification played a pivotal role in mitigating losses. It spread the risk and provided a safety net during turbulent times. It's like having a balanced diet. You wouldn't eat only pizza, right? You need a mix of nutrients. Remember, diversification is a strategy, not a guarantee. So, what's the takeaway? Let's untangle this complex web of investment one more time. Imagine your investment portfolio as a vast, colorful tapestry. Each thread represents a different asset, industry, or geographic region. The beauty of the tapestry lies not in the individual threads but in the intricate pattern they weave together. This is the essence of diversification. Diversification is not just about spreading your investments thin. It's about creating a resilient structure that can withstand the storms of systematic risk and the unpredictable squalls of unsystematic risk. With diversification, you're not betting on one horse to win the race. Instead, you're betting on the entire field, ensuring that no matter what happens, you're poised to benefit. In the grand casino of investments, diversification is your best bet to reduce risk. It's the buffer that softens the blow of poor-performing investments, the balancing scale that ensures consistent returns. And it's the strategic tool that aligns your investment decisions with your long-term financial goals. Now, diversifying your portfolio isn't a one-size-fits-all affair. It's a careful balancing act, a thoughtful mix of asset classes, industries, and geographic regions. It's about considering global exposure and opting for diversified funds that mirror market indices. And yes, it comes with its own set of challenges and considerations. But remember, the aim is not to eliminate risk, but to manage it effectively. So where do you go from here? Take a step back, assess your portfolio. Are all your eggs in one basket? If they are, it's time to scatter them. Invest in a variety of asset classes, spread your holdings across different sectors, and consider global exposure. Be mindful of the costs involved, and remember, while diversification may lead to lower potential gains, it also significantly reduces potential losses. In the end, it's all about making informed decisions. It's about understanding the risks and rewards and finding the right balance. It's about playing the long game, and most importantly, it's about letting your investments work smarter, not harder. As the old saying goes, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify, and let your investments work smarter, not harder.